What up, everybody? I am your host, JP, and this is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. I think it's only appropriate that we talk about this person before we start this this episode, or while we're starting this episode. I think this should be actually a first topic because I think it's something worth talking about, something worth knowing. And you know, she's all over the place ever since she came out of prison for doing something bad. And who I'm talking about is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Now, I don't know if y'all heard of her. She's the girl that was basically being abused by her mother, making her seem like she has all these illnesses, but in reality, she was a fine, normal girl. Even to the point, her mother even made her think that she could not walk. Yeah. There's a whole show, and Joey King plays her, and I think it's really well. It's on Hulu. It's called The Act. She's recently gotten out of jail.
Yeah, all right. She's everywhere now.
She's literally everywhere. She's talking to everybody. I think they deported her from somewhere when she was about to meet Taylor Swift, and everybody was
she wanted to go to a concert in Atlanta or Louisiana, someplace like that. Yeah, and they were just like, "You cannot go there," and she was just like, "Well, damn." Parole said that she couldn't go.
Yeah, well, I mean, she can't leave, man. But one thing that I felt is we need to talk about is her choice in entertainment, because she is a known Star Wars fan. Okay. She said that, I think when she was still in jail when The Force Awakens came out, I think she was saying like she really wanted to see that one and, you know, catch up on Star Wars because she's a big Star Wars fan. Well, she was on a podcast. I don't know. Let me see if I can credit their name. I don't want to just. Nope, I don't. It doesn't say the name on it. But we're getting this from Barstool Sports. Shout out to them. She was on a podcast and she was basically asked, "What is the first piece of entertainment she consumed as soon as she got out of jail?" And I think it might surprise you what she says. Okay.
And the first TV show I watched was Obi-Wan Kenobi because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Are you? So, it came out last year, so I was like, oh my god, I'm dying to see this.
That was a good series.
So it was like the first thing I watched. Okay.
She saw Obi-Wan Kenobi as her first media outside of prison?
That's good or bad choice? First things first.
I think that's a good choice.
Star Wars media? That's the first thing you watch when you get out?
Well, I mean, she has a lot to catch up on. Yeah. I think, and to be fair, if she went in, well, like after Revenge of the Sith, you'd want, I think, and if she like wanted to see where that went, I don't see why not.
That'd be the first place to go.
Yeah. I mean, Ahsoka is a no-name. Boba Fett, you would know Boba Fett. But, I mean, you'd be like, well, he kind of washed away. You got Mando, but he's a new one too. Andor, another new one. Like yeah. So she has a lot of like media to consume, and if she went in when Anakin and Obi-Wan were like a thing, I don't see why not.
Oh, yeah, she went to jail in like 2016, so that was way after Revenge of the Sith. Oh, okay. So I mean, maybe like I don't know. Maybe Obi-Wan is a good spot. I would have said maybe. I mean, if she was locked up in 2016, Rogue One. If you didn't get to see that before you went to jail, you probably should have watched Rogue One.
She never got to see. I mean, she never got to see Force Awakens.
That's what she said. She said that she wanted to go watch it because it came out in 2014. Yeah. She wanted to go watch it, but she couldn't because that was around the time where like it was like the worst of the worst times, and then she wound up going to jail. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess maybe that, or start with the sequels and then. I don't know. I would have chosen a movie though.
Me too. I wouldn't have went for one of the Disney Plus shows. I don't think that's I mean, I wish she would have gave her thoughts on it, and we could have probably had that conversation too. But she just kind of was like,
randomly chose Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not a big deal, but at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of. I would have chosen a movie.
I would, most definitely like a movie. I think. I have knowledge of where all these movies go, so I guess I can't put myself in the shoes of if I could watch a movie, but
well, yeah, no, I mean, like if you just put yourself in the shoes of like if you missed one and heard about all these things, you'd want to start with The Force Awakens.
Or I think you had a point with the Obi-Wan thing, where it's like, I mean, if you saw Hayden Christensen and you didn't really get to watch The Force Awakens, I guess. I mean, Hayden Christensen, Revenge of the Sith, you probably were like,
if you didn't know, if you went to jail, you didn't know the sequels were a thing. You knew they were coming, but you didn't know, and you're that big enough a fan, then I think you'd want to see the sequels first.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she was like a super mega fan. I'm sure she liked the Star Wars, but I'm pretty sure her mom didn't let her do much. Yeah. And she was in jail.
Yeah.
So now that she's free, she's able to make adult choices. Let's make better choices, Gypsy. I'd say that. Like let's get Rogue One in there. Let's get The Last Jedi. Yeah,
Andor.
I said it. Andor would have been fire, but she would have seen Rogue One for Andor.
Yeah.
Or she could have watched Andor first.
Oh yeah,
it's technically a prequel.
Yeah. Huh? She's like, wow, I can't wait to see this character prosper.
What I would give to probably like to be able to just be like, just watch Andor, and know that leads to Rogue One. You know how devastating that would be for somebody.
Like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this character prosper and live a happy life. He doesn't even get it close. Like,
watches the original Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that being said, Gypsy, we appreciate you checking it out. Good job. Keep thriving in your Star Wars endeavors. We appreciate the shout out. I think Star Wars has got to a point where people are like, well, Star Wars fans are too toxic and blah 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 blah. That it's nice when people just talk about it, from a outside perspective, I guess. Like, oh, I like this property because I grew up with it. It's not because I want to be a film snob or anything. Yes. I just like the lightsabers and I like the action and I would say acting or whatever general audiences like to look for.
I'm sure it's lightsabers and fighting. I don't think they care about the lore or anything like that.
So I'm trying to remember what I used to like before I started really getting into all these movies.
I think it's always been lightsabers.
Lightsabers? Yeah, I think the big draw was always lightsabers and like the Force. Being able to choke people. Mm-hmm. How many times have you walked down a hallway and you're just holding your arm up like...
Yeah, it happens all the time. You just did it. Like,
yeah. You ever walked to a store and was like, look, I can use the Force to open the doors and just...
Yeah, I think everybody has done
at least once in their life.
Yeah.
At least.
It's kind of an event for everybody.
An absolute point.
Yeah.
Very good. Moving on, though, we got some movement, some reshuffling in the cards, if you will, for some of these blockbusters that are coming out this year.
Yeah.
First things first, Godzilla versus Kong or X Kong. Godzilla X Kong is moving up its release date from April 12th to March 29th instead. So instead of April 12th, it's moving up about 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's
taking the place of Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17. Now that's the movie with Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
I gave it an honorable mention in our most anticipated of 2024. I heard this movie is supposed to be great. All the screenings say it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not, but apparently due to the Hollywood Reporter, it says that the reason why the release date is being delayed is because the post-strike production shifts. A new date is expected to be announced soon for the feature. And yeah, if this is another SAG Strike epidemic, then that's, this is what I mean. I think we talked about it last episode, that the ripple effects, they're going to go far.
Well, yeah. And now we got movies moving up. So I guess they were just like, hey, we'll push it back, see how long it lasts, and then if not, we can run our time clock upward. So it's not that big of a deal. And if it's taking another slot, we'll see that movie eventually.
And you guys are telling me that Kong and Godzilla, which seems to have more VFX than Mickey 17, is gonna be out before it?
Probably. It probably got done way before it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think this movie's been in post for a while.
Yeah, if CGI workers were just doing the big stuff, the actors could just fill in later.
So you're excited about the move up?
Yeah.
You think it's a right call?
Yes.
Yeah, especially if one's moving out the slot. Might as well fill it up with another one. I'm trying to figure out whether or not it is if they're both coming from Warner Brothers or not. Mickey 17 is from Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Oh, well, they can afford to shuffle it around, but they wanted to try and get back-to-back bangers in December of last year.
Is that weird? At the end of the year?
Yeah.
Oh, because they knew Aquaman wasn't going to do it for them.
It was Wonka.
They just threw three movies that were not too, well, they threw two movies that are not too expensive, but can be basically, they felt had enough weight to carry all three. They were basically like, whatever movie you're going to go watch, we're still winning. And it's just, I feel like they kind of hurt their chances, but I think that that's why they sandwiched Aquaman between them two, because they were just like, these are the two that are going to carry this movie.
Okay.
And I think Wonka did enough to actually, that basically covered both, what's it called? Both budgets.
That makes sense. Well, I don't know. I mean, if one is just taking more time than the other, I don't see what the problem is.
There's probably not a big problem. It's just more of the shuffling that I'm just like, Kong. I'm actually excited more for Mickey 17 than Godzilla vs. Kong or Godzilla X Kong.
I know.
I want to see them fight at it, but the trailers haven't really been like, wow, come watch this at either. I mean, that ending where Godzilla's running and it doesn't carry that weight. And I think you really opened my eyes to it when you talked about it, but like you said, the scaling problem.
Yeah, it's a scaling problem.
And I'm just like, they don't seem as monumental as they used to. Like when you first saw Skull Island, you were like, wow, that's big monkey.
Yeah.
When you saw the first Godzilla, you were like, wow, big lizard.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see him on screen one of these times. And then, the rest is
Can't
history.
wait till he's not covered up in smoke and being shot at by the fucking military.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've said it before. It's a giant scaling problem. That Middle Earth thing that they got going on that they reside in is like too big, and they don't feel like the giants like they're supposed to. So maybe that's just another downfall to it.
How the fuck is that in our core?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know.
They don't even try to make it make sense.
Yeah.
They're just like, they live down there.
They're just like, wow, Kong can live here now, not Skull Island.
I'm still baffled by how they did all this fucking wormholing and everything to get down there, and Godzilla just beamed a fucking hole into the dirt and was like, I'm there.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm him.
Yeah, you gotta jump through hoops, bro. I'm cutting straight in front of the line. Like that was it, and the rest is.
I think Kong versus Godzilla was still a good movie though.
Yeah, if you were there for the fighting, not really the plot. But another release date that is moving up is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, this is a movie that I was actually worried about because this is a movie that was stacked up on a busy Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
So, the new Planet of the Apes movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is going to move from May 24th to May 10th. So, it's going to move up about a week forward. And it's going to be avoiding what is going to be a crowded weekend. It's going to be Furiosa, the Mad Max saga. You're going to have the Garfield movie coming out at that time. Amy Winehouse's biopic, Back to Black.
Yeah.
And I also think Kung Fu Panda 4 is supposed to come out that day. So
I don't think Furiosa is going to be a problem. I don't see it being a problem. Maybe Garfield takes the cake because it's a family-friendly movie. Or I mean, if Kung Fu Panda 4 does come out, I imagine it'll blow it out the water.
Blow what out the water?
Garfield and Furiosa, maybe
over Kung Fu Panda.
No, Kung Fu Panda's gonna blow them out the water.
Oh yeah, Kung Fu Panda 4 is coming out on the same time. Yeah. So May 8th.
I think Kung Fu Panda 4 might take that.
Over Garfield?
Garfield, Furiosa, and the biopic.
Okay. So we got to think about this. Okay, so good thing they moved.
For sure. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes got saved.
Yeah. I mean, more or less a week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's going to spend all their money over there on Memorial Weekend. Will there be enough to carry for the second weekend over? That's probably yet to be seen. Who knows? Hopefully it gives Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes enough to to pad that box office for them. Now, okay, so Furiosa, heard mixed things about it. Some people say it was too late. Yeah. Some people are saying that it looks really good, like return to form with George Miller from the Mad Max that came out 2016 or 2017. Yeah. And then the last gripe that I hear is about, or maybe a positive, is that it doesn't look like the other one. So
Furiosa,
Furiosa doesn't look like Mad Max too much.
I don't know. I don't think this movie's gonna do good. I have in my gut, I have a feeling about it.
Now, but why do you think?
I think it's probably too late. It's probably way too late.
A lot of people said that about Avatar.
This is not Avatar. This is not Avatar 2 material.
A lot of people liked Mad Max. I included. I like Tom Hardy, but I would personally say I'm on the train of it looks too different. That the CGI is not there. I mean, Charlie Theron, it was like a force as Furiosa. I like Anna Taylor-Joy, but can she deliver the Furiosa that Charlie did? You know,
that's why a lot of people were gonna be like, we don't know this chick. We just know she's supposed to play the same one as from those movies.
That's another thing. I actually think that she's on fire, and a lot of people actually know who she is. I don't think they know her name, but I think if they see her face, they're like, that's her.
I don't know.
She's been all over the place. She's been in The Menu. She's been. She played Peach in Super Mario Bros.
Voice actors like that.
People can hear the voice. Some people know voice actors.
I don't know, man. Some people didn't know Jack Black was Bowser.
That's Cap. That's Cap. That's Mad true. Cap. They even put in the commercials. They put the name of the character and they put the name of the cast.
Nah, man, I'm telling you.
Nah, that's
what
Cap.
happened. That's true.
That's Cap, bro. Peaches was a hit. Everybody knew Jack Black was Bowser.
I'm telling you, not everybody.
That's Cap.
You got to be in the know to know that. I'm telling you.
That's Cap. You're coping. I feel like Furiosa is a contender.
I don't think so.
I don't think that you can discount this movie. I think there's a good enough fan base to say that Furiosa probably has some standing ground here. So. And it's a live action movie. You got to think a lot of people are off work. A lot of adults, they're gonna want to go, but then again, there's gonna be a lot of people with their kids, and then there's 2 cartoon movies. Now I'm saying maybe. For sure, the Amy Winehouse biopic is probably going to take the hit. I think they are picking the worst time to put this movie out. Yeah. They should have probably.
I mean, we got the Bob Marley one coming out with February.
Yeah.
We got the 21 Savage one for the 5 fans that are going to go see that when that one drops. And this one, I think this might just. I think the Bob Marley one might just take it.
I think there's a lot of Amy Winehouse fans, but I honestly believe
not like under the age of 40, like
the fuck's that supposed to mean?
Don't make me say it again, bro.
Bro, I like Amy Winehouse. I'm not 40.
I don't know, man. You gonna go see that movie?
Well, no, but that's
what you see what I'm saying.
I like her music.
This is gonna be a movie for like
diehards.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I
don't think there's a huge fan base anymore.
Exactly.
I think if they would have done this like
sooner, maybe.
Yeah. Exactly. If it was a little bit sooner.
And Kung Fu Panda 4, I think Kung Fu Panda 4 might take it.
Over the Garfield movie?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. The hiatus was long. Jack Black's in it, so that's a positive. Mm-hmm. Garfield, on the other hand, Chris Pratt, Samuel L. Jackson.
A lot of the people that are going to see Kung Fu Panda 4 are probably like my age. We can buy our own tickets to that. I think that's going to be filled up with a lot more people and fans like my age versus actual children. You got the kids that know about it. Garfield can only take it if people are invested to go see a real family movie like that. Not like a die-hard movie like Kung Fu Panda 4.
Kung Fu Panda 4 is a family movie.
Yeah, but this ain't for them. You get what I'm saying?
I think you're comparing it kind of like how it was with Toy Story 4 when a lot of adults were like, this is our movie. You better shut that baby up because we'll punch that baby to watch this movie.
That movie ended up doing really well.
It turned out being unnecessary, but that's another topic for another day.
That movie still ended up being well is what I'm saying.
Yeah, people liked it. But I don't think I don't know. I can't say whether or not it did good. I don't think I was focusing.
And then
when
a lot
that
of
one came
people,
out.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Chris Pratt as Garfield doesn't appeal to me. His voice hasn't changed at all, so it doesn't really like bother me. I mean, it bothers me, but like I'm not interested in that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it made $1 billion. It did really well.
So, see, it did so well. They're doing a 5th one.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, good one.
But that's what I mean. And like, obviously, we're in the know, so we know Chris Pratt, and I find him annoying. So I'm obviously not gonna see that. But other families are gonna be like, oh, it's just a Garfield movie. So maybe Garfield takes it, but I don't think so.
I think this is where you would say, how you said, I mean, older people know about this. So there's going to be a lot of adults. I think both have this going for it. That there's going to be a bunch of adults that are taking their kids that are like, Garfield is better. No, Kung Fu Panda is better. Like, they're literally going to go like that because, like, people grew up with Kung Fu Panda. People grew up with Garfield. And let's be honest, that live action Garfield, the one with Bill Murray in them, that one actually did. I think it did pretty well back in the day. It got a sequel and everything. So
the last one came out like what, like 10?
It was like 08. It was a long time ago, but it was a live action Garfield.
Yeah, that was forever ago.
Yeah. So that one I don't know. I honestly believe since this Memorial Day weekend, a lot of families are going to be off. So I want to say one of the cartoon movies is going to make it.
Well, yeah, but
I don't know which one.
It probably won't be that first weekend. I imagine second weekend, because I mean, if people are gonna be with family and all that, maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. Memorial Weekend would be like that. That one would really show which one has more pull. And now I want to give some weight to Garfield because I know there's some Garfield fans. But me personally, my own bias says Kung Fu Panda 4 is going to take it.
That's why I think Kung Fu Panda 4 might take that.
Yeah. I know they would take my ticket. I would take my kids to go with Kung Fu Panda 4. I'd be like, Garfield, what the fuck? Chris Pratt again?
I don't want to hear him do his normal voice for that shit, dude.
Yeah, that's another thing. Samuel L. Jackson probably would be worth it, but then, I mean, Jack Black. And then Awkwafina, to be honest, that when we watched the trailer, the fact that she doesn't have that raspy-ass voice anymore, clean. I'm more excited about it.
Yeah, she's probably been taking lessons or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she was like, how do I clear this up?
Yeah. Because that's why everyone's main gripe with her is it's just like, damn, she can't help that. It's her voice.
I know, but, you know, if you're going to be a voice actor and be put everywhere, you have a distinguishable voice, but at the same time, manage that shit. Know when to use your raspy voice. You know, I thought Scuttle was too much with raspy, and I think in Shang-Chi was the right amount of raspy.
Yeah. But I think Kung Fu Panda 4 might take that sweep. Good luck to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes that has like a good week before he gets blown out the water.
Yeah, hopefully it gives it that padding for the second weekend. But for sure, Memorial Weekend, Kung Fu Panda 4 then. I think we're going to put our bets there. And we'll
sorry, Furiosa. I don't think you got
I'm not really sorry. I don't think a lot of... at least for me, I wasn't really... I want to still say that it's a competitor, but I don't think it'll beat out any cartoon movies. There's going to be a lot of families out.
Obviously not. It's their kids' movies.
Which is insane. One of them is going to really tank, for sure. And I want to say it's going to be the Garfield movie, but I also don't want to underestimate. Remember when you were like, oh, Blue Beetle got shooters? Well, what if Garfield got shooters, bro?
I don't think so. Because, I mean, if everyone knows Chris Pratt, more or less. And the ones, again, if we're in the know, we're gonna actively avoid that movie.
Yeah, but general audiences love Chris Pratt.
That's what they say.
Hollywood loves like all the Chris's, bro. How many Chris's are there? Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth.
That's
Chris
Pratt? I don't think so. Chris Pine,
Christopher Nolan.
He's a director.
Still Chris. Still a Chris.
No. No one's like Chris Nolan. That's weird.
Yeah. Chrissy. I'd be like, oh, that's my dog Chrissy up there. Oppenheimer, let's get it, Chrissy.
No.
That's what it'd be like. Let us know what your guys' predictions are. We need to know whether or not... Let us know if you're excited for Furiosa. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Let us know if you guys are excited for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
May is shaping up to be last year's March and being completely stacked with just movies.
It's going to be crazy.
They just put an Amy Winehouse biopic smack in the middle of the gunfire and said, "Hey, do your best."
Do or don't, and I don't think it will. So.
Hopefully they move it around. But moving on, though, Star Wars news. We got a lot of good things coming. And something that we called here at the FilmBros podcast way, way long ago. First, we're going to talk about something that we didn't talk about long ago. The Ahsoka Season 2 development. Now, this barely came out. We did speculate before that it was being talked about, but it never really was. What's the word? It wasn't confirmed by Disney.
Yeah.
Disney didn't come out and say, "Hey, we got a second season." Now they finally did. They blessed us with a sketch. Looks like Ahsoka and Sabine Wren are standing on the Mortis God's finger that's pointing out into the distance. I don't know how to feel about this one. And I'm going to give you the facts before we completely talk about this, and you let me know what you think. So, apparently, Dave Filoni is going to be producing and dealing with Ahsoka Season 2. While also still doing his movie, but we are going to be getting a Mandalorian and Grogu film as well, coming from Jon Favreau. All right, now that's a lot of information. I know, but keep up with me because this is where everything is gonna get kind of unwobbly for me. I don't know if like Kathleen Kennedy is doing too much. I'm trying to make sense of all this. So, and that apparently season 4 is being tossed around as a non-starter. I guess that's one of the things that's being thrown around. That there's no season 4 and that we're just gonna get the Mando and Grogu movie. Or we're going to get season 4 and a Mando and Grogu movie at the very end as a finale of sorts. Now, we do also know that Filoni's working on his Heir to the Throne movie with Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah.
Bridger being brought back. This is a lot that is happening. Now, apparently the SAG strike and putting Hollywood on pause really made Lucasfilm go back and change things up. Apparently there's scripts out there for The Mandalorian right now, but they took it back to rework it and make Jon Favreau's Mando and Grogu movie basically a priority. What do you make of all this? There's a lot of information, I know. Let's dig in.
I think it's all smart. I think they're finally ready to start getting back to the big screen. We've kind of been saying that they should ditch the whole 5 episode thing or whatever and just make a movie. So maybe that's what they're doing. They can just cut the filler. Maybe avoid giving us a season 3. I wouldn't want a season 4. No, avoid giving us another season 3.
Of what happened with Mando season 3.
That's what I mean. And then obviously just like cut the filler and whatnot, but I don't want them to give us a season 4 and then a Grogu movie simply because I don't want season 4 to suffer or whatever, just so we can be like, oh, now we're at the good part, which is the movie.
Yeah.
I'd rather them
or use all their ideas in the season and have nothing for the movie.
Exactly. So I'd take either or. I'd prefer a movie just so they can wrap it up so much quicker with a bow and the budget be there too. Same thing. Get Pedro Pascal in the fucking suit again. I'd prefer that.
I mean, voice work. Doubt that he needs to do it. We also heard that apparently he dropped out of a movie to do Fantastic Four as well. That apparently it's it's rumored to be locked in, but it doesn't necessarily need to be there.
Yeah. And as for Dave Filoni, he is taking a lot. Obviously, he has Ahsoka, and then I'm sure that's going to lead into Heir to the Throne, which is his movie. I'm excited for season 2. He's
going to help Jon Favreau do this as well.
And like
he is now Kathleen Kennedy's lapdog.
Yeah, he's her like right-hand man now.
Mm-hmm.
So, could be a lot. We don't know his experience, but I mean, he supposedly is George Lucas's protege. So,
okay. We got your thoughts on it. I'm gonna start piece by piece. Ahsoka season 2. Not very excited. I wasn't. The first season really let me down. I want to say, the whole Sabine Wren was kind of like not even there for me at all. I was like, why are we doing this? The finale was a botched mess. It was just insane how they just left it that way. We don't know what they're gonna do with what's his name? Balin's character. We don't know what's gonna happen with Balin. It's season 2 just seems like a scary place to go explore at this point in time with the way that their shows have been turning out. Like we just talked about Obi-Wan Kenobi. That one wasn't really good. But then we got a good show like Andor, right? Mando season 3 wasn't that good. But we could say that Boba Fett wasn't even that good either. So it's very hard for me to want to root for a season 2 of Ahsoka. Now, you're right. I would want a movie. I think that is something that Star Wars desperately needs. I think that if they're going to really want to thrive on Disney Plus, they need to put something on the big screen that excites people and then be like, hey guys, this is very exciting. Do you want more? Mm-hmm. There's more on Disney Plus. Once you get that, that's why not a lot of people are keeping up with Mando or anything like that. It's just a Disney Plus TV show that, a lot of people say suck. Yeah. So why are we gonna get Disney Plus? Now, if there was something on there, it would at least persuaded them, if it was good enough, persuaded people to at least give it a try. Mm-hmm. I think Star Wars desperately needs a movie. I would rather it just be a movie. Let season 3 be the last season for Mando until we get to the movie. We already know they botched that shit when they decided to give Grogu back in the Boba Fett show. Basically made it Mando 2.0. Yeah. And Jon Favreau directed it 100%. I'm for it. He's a good director. He's a good writer. I think he's handled the first season of Mandalorian very well, and the second season. The third one, I don't know what happened. I can't say that one was too bad. But he's been around for a while, and Disney trusts him. I think he will do a good job with the movie. So, very much so. I think that should happen.
Okay. I think we're on the same page, other than the Ahsoka stuff. I feel like we've always disagreed on that, though. Like, I'm excited for a second season. I just need to know who they're going to get to replace Balin. May he rest in peace. He died prematurely. I wish he could have seen how much the fans really responded to Balin. So, but whoever he gets has to be.
Here's the best part of Ahsoka, and he's not going to be there in season 2.
He has to be able to be really good. Otherwise, that's going to be a whole mess in itself. But I'm excited for Ahsoka season 2. I don't know how a movie's going to do with him. It could totally be a train wreck, but he's using everything that we know we should like. So,
I mean, if they're already making a Mando and Grogu movie and making it for season 4, then what are they gonna tell an heir to the Empire? If they're using, because we're told
they're using season 2 to do whatever they set up with season 1, which is the Mortiscott stuff. I think the movie might just be stopping Thrawn.
But what about the Mando and Grogu movie? Remember, there's 2 of them with them. And the Heir to the Empire is supposed to be like that Avengers type movie for them, where we're going to see Ahsoka, we're going to see all of them all cross over into this giant finale that is Heir to the Empire. What is a Mando and Grogu movie going to do?
I don't know.
Are they like, hey, we don't have enough ideas to do a full season, so let's just go ahead and make it into a compelling movie, and then it'll make way for the other movies that are set to come through?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they could do. They could explore Grogu's species, Yoda's whole species, to try to finally solve that piece of the puzzle. I don't know.
I don't think anybody's interested in that, really.
I would be.
Yoda's a species?
Mm-hmm. Or Grogu's species.
Sounds like a Clone Wars episode. You can easily tell in an animated episode and just call it a day. Star Wars that's one thing about Star Wars, in my opinion. I feel that they, what James Gunn is trying to do when he was saying that he wanted to jump from video games to TV to movies. I think Star Wars already did all that. So I think when we're talking about a Star Wars movie, and this is why, people are so passionate about it, we expect big things. Big swings, if you will.
Well, I don't know, because that's the thing about season 3. It did a lot very quickly. In the beginning, they established Mando getting his seal of approval back or whatever from his cult, and then we got them trying to rebuild Mandalore and things like that. So I don't know what a movie will do, and that's why I don't know if a season 4 is just gonna be them rehashing season 3, or if a movie will just like pick up where season 3 left off. I don't know where they could take that.
But yeah, that's it's interesting. It's left a lot of questions, for sure. There's a lot of questions, big question marks out there, saying like, what can they even do with this character
that they haven't done already? Basically.
Exactly. When they decided to put into a show, and like I said, that I don't like it. We've talked about it before. I think it's something that, if you don't have the material for it, don't stretch it out and do that. I think the first season had enough material. I think the second season had enough material. I think the third one, they kind of ran out of material. I think with this fourth one and them trying to turn it into a movie, it's a good thing for us because we're like, well, more budget, production is going to go up. We're getting a good director in Jon Favreau. It's going to be great. But then there's just, in my head, it's like, okay, well, you saw the decline. You saw the lack of storytelling that's being able to be told. So is this just a play to save that from happening? Don't give them filler episodes. They don't like that shit. So if we could tell this shit in a 2-hour movie, can we do it? Or a 1.5 hour, whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, yeah, I think that's all the material we got.
Who knows? I don't know what they could take. I don't know where Jon Favreau can take Mando. That's my thing. I mean, I'm sure Dave Filoni has ideas, and I mean, he's barely beginning to share those ideas with people, which is, Ahsoka, season 2, and Heir to the Throne, but we can kind of get a sense of what Heir to the Throne is. I don't know what a Mando and Grogu movie, like, that doesn't sound very, like, appealing, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna have to workshop that name.
Yeah,
like, Mandalorian, the movie, that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, Mando and Grogu is not gonna be I don't think that'll be a ticket seller. I don't think it'll be a ticket seller. I think they need to go with something that's gonna hit a little bit harder, and then who are they gonna put in there? They use their big ideas in season 2 of Mando. Boba Fett can be in there. And then you kind of made him a weenie at the end of it. So it's kind of like, what can you guys do? Where can you possibly take this? And if this is the last Hail Mary play for them to, make something happen, are we at the end of the ropes like people are with Marvel?
I don't know. I mean, I sure would fucking hope not. I mean, they got movies cooking, obviously. It's all about Jon Favreau and where his ideas can go. Because I mean, I got some faith in
Filoni too.
In Filoni, especially since his ideas are so kind of fresh.
I mean,
but Favreau,
a lot of his ideas have been just nostalgia and memorabilia from the Clone Wars. And I love the Clone Wars as much as the next guy. Okay, I fucking love that shit. Okay, that's my favorite era. Catch me on Battlefront 2. I'm always going to want to play a clone trooper. That shit is fun. It's cool. But I don't like it as a fucking method for Filoni to be like, look, guys, Anakin Skywalker, we have him in this show. Come watch our show. And then it's just a fucking cameo out of the blue that really didn't make too much sense. Like, it made sense, I guess, for the most part, but then you kind of pick it apart and you're just like, well, we could have had this done in a different way.
I don't know. I mean, his ideas are still, I think they're still kind of fresh. Because, I mean, you still got Thrawn, and he's not from the Clone Wars either, so.
No, he's from his Rebel show that Filoni made. And made him disappear. And now he was like, you guys remember that show? Well, not really. Didn't a lot of people say they didn't like it? They didn't like Inquisitors fucking flying with lightsabers?
Something like that. But, I mean, Thrawn was in Legends, too, so.
Yeah. And then a lot of people say that, Disney butchered those Legends.
That's diving into the toxicity of Star Wars. Personally, that doesn't really bother me. I don't like Legends to begin with. They have fun concepts, but canon Star Wars taking it and just being like, hey man, we're just gonna tweak it a little bit to fit with canon. I don't have a problem with that either.
The canon was right there.
I think Filoni has enough ideas to pursue a movie, make it look good, fix the budget, and deliver something really good. Favreau, he's had the Mando show for 3 seasons. He fumbled the 3rd, and now he's supposed to deliver a movie plus a season, or just a season. No movie, or movie no season. But I don't think he's gonna do both.
No, safe bet would be a movie.
And he's a great director. I'm not knocking him for
Favreau.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I said. Get on the same page.
Okay.
He's a good director. It's just, how much has he really thought about, story wise?
Oh, he's been in the mix since the beginning. I mean, he helped out with the Mandalorian show. I mean, he knows where to go. I just think that, like I said, Filoni's cool. I don't have an issue with him. But I think we're getting to the point where we're understanding that his love for Star Wars comes from the prequel era, like everybody else. And as much as I love that about him, it's great. It's a great characteristic to have. But as somebody who is supposed to tell stories and not only have you remember those good times of the prequel, he needs to make stories that are going to continue to draw you in for the future and leave those prequels eventually behind. Why use them as training wheels when you could just do what you have to do?
I don't know.
That's just my thing. Like, he's cool. I think he's great. It's just, when he was giving us all that Clone Wars, he was really great. When he was giving us all those, like, flashbacks and, those little member berries, it was great in the beginning. Now it's like, is that all you know how to do? Is that all you're going to do for us? Like, at first it was cool. Fucking give it to us. Now it's like, well, do something else.
I don't know. I don't know if that's all true, because people will still eat it up, so.
Some people, yeah. People that can't let go of that era will suck that era dry, which, like I said, I love it as much as the next guy. It's fucking great. I love the prequel era. I grew up with that shit. When people ridiculed it and fucking made Hayden Christensen go in a hole and shit like that, like, I defended him. Now it's at the point where I remember how great it was, and I'm happy that Hayden Christensen is getting the limelight. I really thought it was great to bring him back in. When did they bring him back? They brought him back in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Yeah,
it was great to bring him back there. Filoni was like, see, I was right. People do still want to see Anakin. We do. It was cool when you brought him back as Darth Vader. That's nice. But how many more times are we going to use him?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
That's what I'm saying. But let us know out there, guys. Tell us, are you excited for Ahsoka Season 2? Are you excited to see Jon Favreau helm a movie or pen out a TV show? And, obviously we're going to need more directors for that one.
For sure.
If it's a Season 4, let us know what kind of directors you want to see. Do you want to see Robert Rodriguez come back? Rick Fuyama do another episode. We hear that apparently he does a very good job. Mm-hmm. And yeah, let us know out there. Hit us up on Twitter, all those places. Y'all know the deal. Moving on though, we got we got casting. Casting is underway. We are moving forward with Season 2 of The Last of Us with Bella Ramsey as Elle.
Yeah,
Ellie. And Pedro Pascal as Joel.
Yes.
Can I ask you, man, have you not played the game yet?
No.
Spoilers. So, probably spoilers. We got 3 new castings that are going to join the cast. Spoilers for The Last of Us Part 2. If you guys haven't played the game, well, you guys are going to be... I mean, it's not crazy spoilers, but, a lot of people probably want to wait to see what happens in the show. But they give a little bit of a tea on this website, TV Insider. Okay, so Caitlin Dever as Abby. Now, Have you heard about Abby? You know who she is?
I've heard.
You've seen the pictures?
I've seen the pictures.
Does she look like an Abby to you?
Yeah, I think so.
She gets a little bit more swole. She's gonna have to build. Mm-hmm. She's gonna have to get some muscular muscles there. It says here, Caitlin Dever will play Abby, a knowledgeable soldier with a black and white view of the world who seeks revenge for her loved ones. Mason and Druckmann released a statement saying, our casting process for Season 2 has been identical to Season 1. We look for world-class actors who embody the souls of the characters in the source material. Nothing matters more than the talent, and we're thrilled to have an acclaimed performer like Caitlin join Pedro, Bella, and the rest of our family. Very good.
Okay.
And then we got young Mazzino as Jesse. Jesse will play the ex-boyfriend of Ellie's love interest.
Okay.
That is going to be him. Now, I don't know if you've seen Jesse in the game. No.
Mm-mm.
You gotta play the game, man. You gotta play the game. Jesse is, well, at least you get that little piece of tea. So when you walk into the show, you at least know what you're getting into. And last but not least, Isabella Merced as Dina, who is playing Ellie's love interest. So he is the ex-boyfriend of her chick in the show. Now, the other two, I haven't really seen too much of, but Isabella Merced is a hot ticket right now.
Yeah.
She's going to be playing Hot Girl in James Gunn's Superman Legacy, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
She got a few voice acting roles as of recently as well. I think this is shaping up to be a solid cast. I know a lot of people really didn't fuck with the first season. I know that the last episode of that season was kind of bad for me, but the rest of it was pretty good, so I'm kind of excited for season 2. I think HBO doesn't really miss with their shows too much, so. And I know the game gets brutal.
Not unless you're Game of Thrones, but I don't see this as bad casting. I don't really know the characters like that, but from the pictures I have seen, they don't look too bad, like too off. So it could be good.
Yeah, I think the only one that kind of threw me out of it was I think Caitlin Dever can actually be Abby. She just got to get a little bit more swollen. And Isabella Merced, well, as Dina, she was more of a, I thought she was more Indian,
mm-hmm.
and she seems more Latina.
Yeah.
So I'm more like, that was just more my nitpick with it.
My thing is, all these people look way older than Bella Ramsey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, and she still looks like a kid. I thought they would at least wait for like a time skip or something, but like they're just gonna roll with her. She doesn't look that old.
Well, technically speaking, there's supposed to be a time jump between the first and second game, so there should be a time jump here. If they're staying true to the game,
yeah.
If not, and there isn't a time jump, then they're going a completely different route. That's not even the game route, anyways. So that's a good eye right there. That's different. So there is supposed to be a time skip. I mean, the last time we seen these people was when? Back in 2021 when it came out?
Yeah.
By the time it comes out, it's going to come out in 2025, so they should start rolling by this year. It's been like, it would be like about 2 years.
I think last time I saw Bella Ramsey, she still looked
the same way,
young, like the same way.
So I think that's as old. I think that's as grown as she's getting. Isn't she in her 20s already?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. She looks too small. I don't know if I can believe her as like an older Ellie.
Oh yeah, she's 20.
Yeah, and if they get rolling by now, she still looks the same way she does. I don't know if she's gonna be able to pull it off.
She doesn't have that look of Ellie. Yeah, because Ellie was a lot older
by the second one. I've seen her in the game. So I don't know. I don't know if they can pull that off. I mean, maybe makeup does it, but I mean that's gonna take a lot of movie magic.
How you gonna give her some height?
Right?
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Give her like big ass combat boots or something. I don't know.
Give her the platform shoes.
What was the shoes that RDJ was wearing when he was on set for the Avengers?
Oh, you just going just going.
He was short. Like he's shorter than Chris Evans and all that. So
he is, yeah. Tom Cruise does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So like maybe they can do that for her.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't look like old enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you. It's the look, and yeah, she's supposed to be older because in the second game she's supposed to be older. That's interesting. That's a good eye. I didn't think about that one, but I do think that it's good casting for the most part. Sounds like they're looking to go more than just 2 seasons, and knowing that the third game hasn't even came out tells us that they're not gonna completely adapt the second season for the second game.
It's gonna be.
They're gonna switch it up.
Yeah.
And probably, there might not be too much of a time gap.
Maybe.
In this one, like there was in the game. Maybe they'll show us a little bit more what happens before it gets to the game.
Because, I mean, just trying to, like, picture it. What's her name looks old. The one that's supposed to be her girlfriend. Ellie in season 1 was probably, what, like 15, 14, something like that, she says? I think she actually says it in the season. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't want to see a minor with an old-ass lady either, you know?
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
That's going to be interesting.
There's still rules in the universe, I hope.
I mean, zombie apocalypse, anything goes.
I don't know. But that's the only thing I find weird with it. Other than that, the casting sounds solid.
Yeah, everything else sounds solid for me. I'm with it 100%. Like I said, first season was really good. I think it's just the last episode that kind of was just like, I thought it was going to be a little bit different, but we didn't get, I guess it wasn't too bad for what they gave us. So I'm excited for season 2. I think this is going to be a fine addition, and I can't wait to see Abby on the big screen. I know a lot of people didn't care for her, and I know a lot of people didn't care for Ellie and Dina's relationship either, so this is going to be a big fuck you to those guys, and we're probably going to get Ben Shapiro commenting some more like, I can't believe they're putting this in front of our children. Same thing with Bill and Frank and everything. Yeah. Or if he doesn't say anything, and then it's like, well, it's okay when women do it, but when guys do it.
Lesbians. Like, yeah.
So we'll wait to see, but let us know out there if you guys like the casting, if it's going to, if you guys played the game, if you guys haven't played the game.
Yeah.
We're interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Moving on, though, Tom Cruise letting us know why he said why The Flash is the best movie of 2023. We are taking it back just a little bit. So, Tom Cruise decided to give a partnership to Warner Brothers Discovery. Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi decided to partner with him with a $13 billion contract to build a franchise with theatrical titles that he will star in with his production company. They're giving him an office in Burbank, it says. But this is not an exclusive deal. He is not solely there for Warner Brothers. He still has Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 coming out from Paramount. He also has a contract with Universal that he's going to continue making movies over there as well. So there is a $200 million movie directed by Doug Liman that is going to be shot in space, quote unquote.
He is making fucking bank right now. God. I mean, I would have pictured this happening. Maybe not with Tom Cruise. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they knew they wanted an A-list actor like this, I thought they would have sold out to The Rock.
Black Adam didn't do anything for them. They wouldn't have done that. Tom Cruise is the hottest star out there. And the fact that they're giving him all this and he's not even exclusive is insane.
Oh, yeah.
While you have Christopher Nolan picking one allegiance and, where to go and just signing on to one place. I know Tom Cruise is an actor, but he has his own production company as well. Let's hope this doesn't come
back to bite him in the ass.
I don't think so. I mean, if
WB has a real good thing about ass biting, so
that's true. That's another. Well, Zaslav's in the chair now, and they have to be buddies because he literally put his neck on the line and was like, "Yeah, go ahead and tell him I like the Flash."
13 billion for movies, and he's not even in your pocket like that. That is insane. That is like pimping him out. Yeah, shit, that is insane.
That's Tom Cruise. That boy came in and was like, "Look, man, look at the movies I make. Look at the box office."
I heard they're trying to get him to do Edge of Tomorrow sequel.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the franchise they're probably gonna do because that was the last movie he did, and I think that was back in 2018.
That was the last one he did for WB.
Oh, that was in 2014. Yeah.
Are people gonna care about that franchise? I mean, obviously not like the way they care about like.
I think it was a sleeper hit. I think what really confused it was the different title changes because it went from Edge of Tomorrow, and then I think the posters was like Live, Die, Repeat, and like bold letters, and it didn't even say Edge of Tomorrow, so people got confused, and they were like, "Well, that's not the movie." Yeah, so I think that was a confusion thing, which is weird. But I think Tom Cruise is a box office draw regardless. Now, we did see the box office with Mission Impossible 8 only coming in at like 500 million, which is a big oof for the Mission Impossible franchise.
He didn't get IMAX, man. It's not fair. We were coming out of COVID.
Mission Impossible 8? No, that was the SAG strike. What are you talking about?
Oh. Yeah. He didn't have IMAX. It's not the same.
He didn't have IMAX.
He couldn't promote. I'm trying to save his ass.
And then he's also still apparently penning a script for Top Gun 3. Yeah. So we're going to be getting a Top Gun 3 from Paramount as well. He doesn't care. He's competing with himself. He's like, hey, man, the box is going to come to me regardless. That box office is coming to me regardless. It doesn't matter where I go here, if I jump out here, I'm going to shoot a movie in space. $200 million, I'm going up there.
He just loves movies. Damn. Well, get in the stuff while you can.
The last true movie star.
Yeah, he's like a very successful like Nicolas Cage. Where he's just gonna be everywhere, but in box offices and not straight to streaming movies.
Yeah, he's doing good out there, and Warner Brothers picking it up.
That is a
but
win.
This has to we talked about last year. Check out our old episodes. We talked about this a lot. When they were out here promoting The Flash, what did Zaslav? We still have to wait to see what the fuck's gonna happen with Stephen King. He even came out and said something too. Is he gonna get a deal with Warner Brothers down the line? Probably. I think we're gonna see a pattern, and if we start checking off the boxes and say, "Hey, Zaslav is giving everybody who said The Flash was good something," hey man,
where the fuck did he pull $13 billion out of, man?
Well, apparently Warner Brothers made a big turnaround. They're no longer in major debt like that. I guess scrapping and tax write-offs and everything, they were in like
that's insane
preservation mode, and it actually worked out.
That is insane to think about. That is insane.
No Batgirl, no nothing.
No Batgirl.
So maybe, and this is what a lot of people are speculating, that Zaslav's trimming the fat, making Warner Brothers lucrative again, basically getting its bread up and fattening it up to basically sell it to NBC Universal one day. And
I could see that happening, but damn. I don't know.
I think there was reports saying too that he was talking to Paramount as well to like merge.
I think it was like a month ago.
Yeah, to merge all three, and if they merge all three and then sell to Universal, there, like, you know how many monopolizing the market?
That'd be insane, dude.
And it's gonna be okay. They're gonna allow him to do it.
You're gonna get Dominic Toretto and Batman in the same movie.
Maybe we could get like Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network. If they get Paramount, they own Nickelodeon. Fucking Ben 10 and SpongeBob crossover. Come on. What's that? The fish one is gonna eat SpongeBob. It's gonna be cool.
Oh, Ripjaws.
Yeah, Ripjaws.
I don't know. This sounds insane though. $13 billion for Tom Cruise. It's fucking huge.
And he's not even exclusive. He ain't even giving Warner Brothers exclusive like D, bro. He's out there still whoring the streets, bro. He's still out there.
They probably
keep the bed warm, honey. I'm going to Paramount for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if he's still doing like Top Gun and everything else, he probably has no room for that. So he's just like, the best you're gonna get me is here, but I still got to do other stuff. I'm obligated elsewhere.
That is insane. Tom Cruise is winning. I
can't even like be mad at it, bro.
I'm still like baffled that nobody called him out for, saying that The Flash is good and then completely getting a deal with Warner Brothers. Like this should be told a little bit more, because this is what like we mean by you got to watch them, bro. Like, they're not going to just endorse something for nothing. Mm-hmm. They're not going to just be like, yeah. Kind of like what Zack Snyder did with Blue Beetle. He didn't do that for nothing. He did that so he can get his fucking event, his fucking Snyder Trilogy thing that he did over there in IMAX that we couldn't get tickets to because you guys are greedy fucks.
Yeah.
Couldn't even let me. 15 seconds, bro. In 15 seconds, sold out.
Yeah.
Gotta be quicker than that, apparently. It's insane. Let us know what you guys think out there, what he could be cooking up, what kind of movie we might see out of Warner Brothers. Is Edge of Tomorrow going to be that franchise for him that he's coming back to? I know Emily Blunt said that she was down to come back whenever he's ready to do that. It seems like a good deal. Let us know down in the comments. Come on now. Moving on, though. So we got 3 front runners from your boy James Gunn as the role of Supergirl. Now, we heard that a movie's supposed to happen. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That movie's off in the distance. We still got a few movies to get to before we even think about getting to her.
Yeah.
If they're casting for her now, does that mean we are getting her in Superman Legacy as well?
More or less, yeah. I'm sure.
So we're already going to have an established Clark. His cousin's going to live in town right down the street with him already.
Yeah.
He's going to have Crypto. Mm-hmm. My boy got the whole Soup family with him.
Almost.
What other stories are we going to tell then?
What do you mean?
Like, are you excited for that?
What?
If she shows up in Legacy?
No.
Oh.
No. Why do we be excited for that? Well,
why wouldn't you be excited for that?
Why do I got to look forward to another Supergirl? I'm not really invested in that.
Oh. Before we go down this list, hold on. Are you holding a grudge because of Sasha Calle? Don't do this. Don't do this. She sucked. She wasn't good.
She could have been good. You don't know.
She wasn't.
In someone else's hands.
What did you say the other day? What did you say the other day to me? You had told me, you said, and I quote, you said, the name's on it, so that's her product. That's their product. Her face is on it. She said, yeah, this is the move. This is what Superman or Supergirl would do. Fucking headbutt.
She's an actress. The Flash was butchered to hell. What's his name? The fucking director for The Flash.
Andy Muschietti.
I can blame him. She's an actress. He leads her.
Yeah. Let her off a cliff. She's not coming back in any other movies anytime soon.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not invested in another Supergirl at the moment. I don't care.
Okay, all right. Well, let's check out the casting choices anyways. And, you've seen Supergirl. We're probably not going to get that iteration of her again. Yeah. It seems like with these casting choices that we're going to go back and revert to the blonde-haired Supergirl.
Okay.
So we got our first pick, which is Millie Alcock. She played... Damn, that's a crazy name. She played a Targaryen in House of the Dragon.
Oh, she was... Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about her as a pick? Supergirl. What's that look like?
Kinda. Not really. I think her face is a little, odd looking.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So not really...
Yeah.
She looks different here, because this is supposed to be her.
Yeah. Maybe she's... Yeah. She's whoever did her makeup on the show.
Bring him back. Next pick, Amelia Jones. Best known for her starring role in the Oscar-winning Coda, also a star in Netflix's Lock and Key.
Haven't seen those.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not sure. She seems like a sweet Supergirl. She seems like she could be nice. I mean, if they're going for a brunette, I mean, she's supposed to be blonde, but I think she would make a decent one.
Supergirl's supposed to be like
more fierce.
Yeah,
not friendly faced.
No,
she's supposed to look like a mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So not really there. Neither of those two picks.
Yeah, no.
All right, and last but not least, we have Meg Donnelly, less known than the other two, perhaps, but has appeared in Disney Zombies series, The Winchesters, and High School Musical. Mm-hmm. She also voiced Supergirl in 2 different animated projects in the last year. Which
she's the one.
She's the one who's playing Supergirl in the new animated DCAU.
Yeah, in the animated movies, the Tomorrowverse, quote unquote.
Yeah, she plays her already. Maybe that she has that going for her, but like, what kind of live action chops? It said she was in High School Musical, but I can't really pin my finger on her either.
I don't know.
Out of those 3 picks, if you had to pick, who would you pick?
If I had to pick,
I'd go with Amelia Jones.
I think the first one.
I know you said that she's supposed to look fierce, but I think she could probably look fierce if she wanted to.
I don't think so.
Millie Alcock?
Yeah.
I mean, she is more known.
She plays someone fierce on the show.
Yeah. And she's more well known.
Yeah.
So it could be a bigger box office draw. But then, I mean, this girl at the very end, she has her foot in the door already.
Yeah, she sounds like her.
Yeah.
She has to have some kind of chops if she already sounds like her.
Yeah, I'd say Amelia Jones or Meg Donnelly.
Yeah, I think last pick would be the middle chick.
So either the first one, Millie Alcock, or Meg Donnelly.
Oh, Meg Donnelly, yes.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
A couple of different ones. I would say first pick, though, Amelia Jones. I think she nails it. I'd go watch it if she gets it. I haven't seen her in anything else, but she has a face that says, hey, come watch me.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Kinda. It's just Supergirl meant to look like fierce. Yeah, strong but fierce.
Strong but fierce. Okay. Sasha Calle did not do that. She looked confused most of the time. I just want to point that out.
She looks fierce. Nah, she looks fierce.
Nah, man. I don't know.
And we didn't even get to see like her alter ego. We have to see what Kara looks like.
And I would say too, you know what? Maybe we can give her the benefit of the doubt and say that the movie was butchered, because we heard in the beginning that she had like a big role.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the movie that she was supposed to stay within the universe, but then, you know, by the end of everything that happened, James Gunn's announcement, hey, we got to start closing up the DCEU, things got shuffled up and changed. So maybe there was a good performance underneath all that. That doesn't matter.
James Gunn's racist?
That's a bold statement, and I don't know. Josh's views do not reflect those here at the FilmBros podcast, but
I'm joking.
I don't think it's
probably not racist. He didn't make like a small Asian stereotype or nothing like that. That's not him. No.
Are you talking about Judo Master?
I am. He didn't do that. No. I'm a different guy, obviously. But anyway, I don't know. She doesn't look fierce enough.
I think she looks plenty fierce, but we'll have to wait and see. Let us know out there what you guys think. Check out the pics. It's Millie Alcock. She was in House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones. Amelia Jones, she's on Coda and Netflix's Lock and Key. And Meg Donnelly, apparently she played in High School Musical, and she plays Supergirl right now. So go check out the DCEAU movies.
Yeah.
Let us know out there what your pick is, and we'll see which one pans out.
Yeah.
You know, one has the foot in the door already, so we might be able to kind of narrow it down. And if I would say Alcock, well, I mean, if she's more known, she's probably going to ask for a bigger bag. Yeah. Will James Gunn be willing to shell out that dough to be like, hey, can we just lock her down here? I mean, she's in-house, right? Moving on, though, we're going down to some bummers. Jonathan Majors. Some really, really big downers. So, apparently Magazine Dreams is a movie that it's already shot, it's filmed.
Yeah.
Apparently it got good reviews. But apparently when he got hit with his, what do we call it? Allegations, or actually they're not allegations
at the time
anymore.
They were allegations.
When he got hit with his allegations at the time, Disney dropped that movie like a hot potato. They said, "Wait, we don't want it. Kick it down to somebody else," and they kicked it down to Searchlight, which is the secondary to 20th Century Fox.
Yeah,
it's basically the lesser known brand, but Searchlight is still out there nonetheless, and they were willing to release this movie under them. But now, with the guilty verdict and no longer allegations, but an actual verdict came through, apparently they're holding on to it to see what the outcome comes out to by February 6th, when
punishment or whatever,
his sentencing.
Yeah.
When that comes out, then they're going to decide what they're going to do with the film.
Damn.
But apparently, according to the Hollywood Reporter, that it's very unlikely to ever see the light of day.
That's... Damn.
And if I want to add salt to the wound, just a little bit, he is also being dropped from the Dennis Rodman movie that he was set to play in. Now, he was set to play the actual Dennis Rodman in this film. It was supposed to be his biopic, and it's not going to happen anymore. He is now dropped from that movie as well, which is insane that it took this long. They were just like, yeah, you know what, buddy? We're not going to do with you either.
That sucks. I mean, there's not much to it. He is currently paying the piper, so it is what it is. I mean, I got nothing else. I got nothing to say really, only because he's guilty. He's losing out on stuff because he's guilty. Oh, damn, he's guilty. So I mean, there's not much. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even be like, no, don't take it from him. Like, you know,
yeah.
It's just like he's getting kind of what he deserves. So.
Yes, because of the way he handled the situation, right? He got his phone snatched. He should have completely just said, hey, keep the phone, I'm rich. Hey, just get this white lady out of my car because she's dangerous. And he didn't do that. That wasn't the case that he decided to do.
I wonder what light enough sentence will he need for them to release that movie? Like parole? Like no prison time, just parole?
And this is why we had talked about that we needed to see what that interview did for him. Because Disney basically, in my opinion, set him up. They put him on their network, ABC, and was like, hey, we're going to get the first exclusive interview with this guy.
Yeah.
I think it was a test to see how much people rode for him. And Josh, you saying that you're a big fan, I think you let him down. Because I think this was going to be the interview that told Disney whether or not he was big enough to come back. If there was any reason to excuse it and be like, okay, if he gets a light sentence, we can bring him back and, you know, pat him up and just be like, look, he did what he did. He's sorry. Put him on a sorry tour. Keep him kind of hidden and then eventually come back out whenever he hits that mark and is a banger.
Yeah.
But because of the reception of the interview, like, it was poor. Like, I wanted to talk about it on here, but it was so poor, I didn't even want to bring it up and just be like, hey, we're going to bash him the whole time. Because, he talks about the Coretta thing. He says that his girl that he's with right now is that Coretta. It's like, it's cringy because it's like, why are you bringing up Coretta again? You just said that's who you need, but who are you? Like, you didn't lose your mindset. You're still talking about you need a great woman and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And instead of being like wrong place, wrong time, because that's what he said. If I never did that, I would have never been there. You could have just said, I'm sorry, I apologize. But no, he's still on his ego, his high horse kind of, but while also apologizing throughout the whole interview. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on I know you haven't seen it because not a lot of people are talking about it at all. Nobody cared for this interview besides the little clips that came out that people were like, oh, it looks like The Boys and whatever. So yeah, man, you didn't write for your actor.
I watched it. I watched the whole interview. He was talking about, they asked him about what does he think about if he can come back to Hollywood, and he was like, it's God's plan or whatever. So I watched it. I don't know if it helped him. I don't know if the judge saw that and was like, he's sorry.
I didn't feel like he was sorry.
He didn't seem like genuine. That's what I mean. So how much of a light sentence does he need for this last role of his to come out? That's why. Does he not need prison time?
I think no prison time and community service.
That's a light ass sentence.
That's super light, and he's an actor, so he could probably get that if he really went for it. I mean, he bruised her finger and cut the back of the ear. Now, I'm not saying that is
6 months.
Yeah, that could be 6 months. But that is, in my opinion, a little harsh as well. Like, it was a domestic altercation that, you know, did get out of hand, but, you know, they were drinking, temperatures got high.
Yeah.
I think something that really hurt his case too was him lying to the cops and not saying that I don't know what happened to her. And then his hilariously fucking bad defense lawyer Chidari over there fucking giving out these text messages that basically say, babe, my head hurts, I need to go to the hospital. And then he comes out and is like, in the messages, don't go to the hospital, you're gonna make us look bad. Whoa!
Take some ibuprofen, dog.
Like wait one more night. He sounded so bad.
It sounded bad.
Indefensible.
For sure. Like, better call Ahsoka to save his ass. There's no way. So, I don't know. I don't know what it would take to see this last role of his. And if Searchlight really is just like, we're not putting it out regardless of the sentence, then that's totally up to them. But damn, such a fall, such a fall from grace.
That's a fumble, bro. Mean fumble. He was on top of the world.
It's like he was running for that touchdown. He hit the 10, and then the 5, and he tripped on his laces and lost contact of the ball.
No, he didn't trip on laces.
Oh my God!
Some white lady tackled the shit out of him. Right before he was about to get it, he tackled the shit out of him. He was there.
So insane.
He was riding high. There was, I mean, a lot of the clips, and they even played in the ABC clip too, when you hear and they introduce him and they're like, oh, Jonathan Majors from getting arrested and blah, blah, blah. They bring up that clip where he's like, they say, oh, he was on the rise. And then they play that little clip from Creed 3 where it's like, I'm not here for that. I'm here for everything or whatever. Like I'm like, man, it makes me believe. This is why I told you when those messages came out, when that audio came out, I was like, how much was he really acting in Creed 3? Or was he really like that? I feel like that was him.
He's like, I'm here.
He was him.
Don't tell me how to be myself.
Where's Coretta? Tell me where Coretta is. Where's Michelle Obama?
Oh
Where's my
God,
Michelle?
Dude.
I think.
I mean, maybe losing out on Dennis Rodman role isn't a total loss.
Well, I mean, Dennis Rodman is a famous. If anything, I think they let him go because it would draw more attention to what Dennis Rodman said, because he was a very controversial basketball player for the Bulls back in the day. Like, he was to the point where they blackballed him from the league and everything. Like, he was very, very untouchable at one point.
Oh, yeah?
And I was thinking, like, oh,
yeah.
He
was just like a decent basketball player. I mean, he was right there with...
No, he was good, but he was insane, too. Like, if you look up some of the shit that he's done,
okay,
he's a pretty crazy motherfucker.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. And so they wanted Majors to play him, which I thought, before everything happened...
At the time, was a great fucking thing.
Yeah, but now, if you put both of them, put Jonathan Majors, like, who are they going to talk about? Are they going to talk about his performance as Dennis Rodman? Or are they going to talk about the similarities and the craziness that they're
like, damn, he played this so well.
Yeah.
They got the same allegations.
Yeah, basically. So, I think it's probably the right thing to do. I think it's time to just... I think we're going to be letting him fade into obscurity at this point. This Magazine Dreams thing, I was really hoping that it was going to come out. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to at least do that for him, the last goodbye kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if they're just like, man, nobody's going to want to see this shit, because it deals with struggle.
Put it on streaming.
Well, it deals with struggle and all that stuff. Like, his upcoming, and a lot of people came out saying that he bullied a lot of people. So if you do something like that, there's going to be a lot of backlash. There's probably something in that film that's going to cause a lot of backlash. So they're just like, we can't put it out.
They gotta put it straight to streaming or something.
Hopefully one day it leaks. Hopefully if he does make a comeback, he can bargain and see if it can see the light of day one day. Who knows? But
stranger things have happened.
Yeah, for now, Jonathan Majors, man, this is probably gonna. I mean, unless you do some crazy shit. If you do some crazy shit, we're probably talking about you again. Actually, we're probably gonna talk about him again when the sentencing comes around. But that's assuming that he doesn't hit a headline before then.
I'm a fan, like, and I just hopefully you get a I can't even like say this without like sounding bad. May the sentencing fit the crime. That's all I say.
And that's where I come in and say, well, you know, a lot of people have their own ways of dealing out justice. Some people would be like the full year. Some people are going to be like 8 months, 6 months, 3 months. Me personally, I say give them a month in community service. Just let them. I mean, it was an accident. I mean, I know that he did. Maybe 4 months, maybe 4 for that hospital thing where he told her, nope, 6, because he told her to just suck it up. He was like, suck it up.
I think, yeah, the harshest a year, the lightest no jail time, and like I think perfect like response, 6 months in prison and then probation or whatever after the fact.
Yeah,
and I mean, with good behavior, he'll be out in like 3 months probably. So
yeah, make sure you guys hit the notification. Make sure you guys keep up with us. We're gonna
stay up to date.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about his sentencing when that happens. See if Magazine Dreams ever sees the light of day. Yeah. Doesn't seem like it's likely. He's losing his roles. He lost his PR team. He's lost everything. So it's getting to the point where this is another goodbye.
Yeah.
Sucks to have to leave him in 2023 with Quantumania. Moving on, though, we got one last stop. We got the Abigail trailer. We are going to see Melissa Barrera in this film.
Okay.
We all know her from the Scream franchise. She's no longer a part of that because of her comments that she decided to put online. Dan Stevenson's. He was in Legion. Catherine Newton, we talked about her before. She's coming out in that Lisa Frankenstein trailer we reacted to.
Mm-hmm.
She also was in Quantumania. William Collette, he was in Black Lightning and True Story. Kevin Durand is going to be in this movie as well. He was in Resident Evil Retribution and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Okay.
And the late Angus Cloud will be in this movie as well. He was in Euphoria. We're going to be seeing a good cast here. Have you heard about this movie at all?
I want to say yeah. I'm not too sure. I don't think so.
The synopsis says, children can be such monsters after a group of would-be criminals kidnap the 12-year-old ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure. All they have to do is collect a $50 million ransom to watch the girl overnight in an isolated mansion. The captors start to dwindle one by one, and they discover to their morning horror that they're locked inside with no normal little girl.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Let's get into this trailer. Let's see.
Yeah.
You all came highly recommended. You know the rules. No real names, no backstories, no cell phones.
So whose kid is she?
A very wealthy man who's about to be $50 million poorer.
I'm here to make sure you're safe.
What's your name? Mine's Abigail.
You can call me Joey.
Do you have any kids?
I have a little boy.
See you in 24 hours.
Do you know what a pinky promise is? If you behave and do as we say, I pinky promise you, it'll all be over soon.
Joey?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what's gonna happen to you.
It's kind of funny.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks like Renfield. I think Universal is cool for putting out these movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that they're taking these chances on these like movies that I don't think Warner Brothers would ever allow, or Paramount or anything.
The kind of movies that Netflix would usually pick up.
Yeah,
and they're just like boosting them with budget.
Yeah, budget and actors and everything. Yeah. Like it's just
I don't know tells what budget, but yeah.
Studio stuff.
Like so it's cool that they're taking a chance with that stuff. I can't really knock that. That's cool.
Looks good. Directors of Ready or Not. Come on, dog. That's clean. That movie's fire. What's the director's name, anyways?
Damn, man, it's good to see Angus Cloud, like the kind of career he would have had if he didn't go. May he rest in peace.
I know that's. I thought his last role was the one
with the lottery ticket.
Yeah, the lottery ticket, but apparently he had another one in the chamber. That's good. Carl Giaspacito in this movie was a little bit of a what the fuck?
Too, yeah. Looks good though. Can't even be mad at it.
It looks like a good little flick.
Yeah,
like I said, another movie that I don't believe would crack top 10, but for sure looks fun, and I would be down to watch this. And Catherine Newton being in this one as well. I mean, she having some kind of supremacy? What's going on here?
Maybe. Could be possible. Especially if she keeps starring in like small things like this where they're just fun and can make a quick buck. Yeah.
You think we'll see her again as what's her name in Quantumania?
Probably not.
You don't.
I think she's probably come a long way.
You don't think she's gonna be part of the Young Avengers?
No, I think they might recast her. Depending on how big she gets, I think they might recast her.
Oh, okay. So you don't think she'll be around for too long?
No.
Damn, they're gonna recast that girl 4 times.
Cassie 4 times, yeah.
Damn.
I don't know what happened. I thought she did fine. The chick from
Infinity War.
Endgame, yeah. Endgame.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I thought it was weird. Maybe because Catherine Newton was like a bigger draw. I mean, you could see that she's coming out in a lot more movies.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's why it kind of leads me to believe that they're not going to entirely get rid of her. Because I mean, if she's still selling tickets, it just shows that it's a bad movie.
At that point, the check is going to have to be huge.
Yeah, fat.
Especially if she gets bigger, like they're going to have to cheddar her out, basically.
Yeah. This movie looks good though. Let us know out there. It's on YouTube. Abigail, check out the trailer. Let us know your guys' thoughts at the socials that my co-host is gonna give you guys. Also, movie you guys want us to review, any topics that we should be talking about on this podcast that we haven't talked about yet. You guys want to support us in a big way or catch a live one of these days? Josh, go ahead.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post new episodes are up. You catch us up there for any news or movies you want us to cover. Buzzsprout, links in the bottom of the social I just gave you. It's like a Patreon. You can support us there. We shout you on episodes. You get special perks on the side for helping us out. It's a great exchange. Listen to us anywhere you get your podcast at FilmBros Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts. We're on a bunch of sites, wherever you get them. Again, check us out. You can be a part of the conversation. Twitch at FilmBros Podcast. Every Saturday and throughout the week. We are still trying to get that up and running, but I promise, keep the notifications on. You don't want to miss it. And then subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
And with that being said, we will talk to you guys in the next one.
Talk to you guys later.